I've been an Abraham fan for quite a while now, and it's made a huge difference in many aspects of my life. And recently I was listening to an MP3 download, and I almost had to pull over on the side of the road because I thought, oh my God, I'm not giving airtime to what I've been doing wrong, but there's been a new awareness in my thinking, and that's what I want to talk about. I find myself thinking more instead of feeling and then doing the thinking.
Well, the more you think, the more fun you'll have, provided you're in alignment with what you want. The more you think, the worse you'll feel if you're not in alignment with what you want. You don't want to increase momentum of a thought, and that's what happens when you focus on something. Law of attraction causes the momentum of that thought to increase. So if you're thinking about how good life is and how good you feel and about the wonderful things that you're anticipating or living, then the more attention you give to those things, the more thoughts about them will feel like they're hatching within you. It's actually law of attraction bringing them into your vibrational frequency where you interpret them and they feel like your thoughts that you're thinking. Do you hear this? In other words, you're taking credit or claim, and it's just fine, for a lot of thoughts that you're not thinking, you're receiving. Ooh, what about that? Because you got in the vibrational vicinity of something, you focused on it with enough absence of resistance that momentum got going, and then thoughts began occurring to you. They came to your vicinity because you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You begin translating them. So don't shy away from allowing the momentum to just roll. It's really fun. We call it rampage. When you get on a positive roll, it's a wonderful thing. Just be aware of how you feel. And so a good rule of thumb is, if it feels good, stay focused there. If it doesn't, take a nap. But not while you're driving.
Well, I find myself, if I'm coaching somebody else or talking spiritual stuff with other people, I get into this groove and all the wisdom and everything comes to me, and it's a really cool thing. And then when I go to focus in on myself and what I want,
oh, you're always harder on yourself than you are on everybody else put together, pretty much. But we want to say to all of you, we love you very much. So you know what's coming next. We agree with you. You talk way too much. You talk too much. You talk too much. You're trying to figure this stuff out too much. And in the constant chatter about it, and we know we don't help. In the constant chatter about it, you overthink it. And what we mean by this is, every subject is really two subjects. What is wanted and the absence of what is wanted. So sometimes you might think you're talking about being more prosperous when actually what you're feeling is not enough prosperity, and you're trying to convince the universe through your effort and through your words that prosperity should be yours. And so sometimes when you're talking about what you think is prosperity, you're actually just beating the drum of not having enough of something that you want. And so that's why you're so wise when you say, I need to be aware of how I feel. So if the conversation is fun, if it's pleasant, keep doing it. But if it's not, here's an easy way of looking at it. If it's effort to focus, then there's resistance present that you're trying to overcome with your effort, and you're most likely doing yourself more detriment than you are benefit, because a desire is activated, but you're on the other end of the stick. Does that make sense to you? Esther watches her little kids, her little grandkids, and she knows for sure that they've got it figured out, because their idea of spending time with her or with anyone is, what fun thing can we do now? And sometimes, even before that fun thing is finished, what's the next fun thing that we're going to do? And they don't want a lot of conversation about the secrets of the universe.
That's cute.
They don't need to know what went wrong before, or why something was less than fun at an earlier time. They seem to understand that all of their power is in the present, right here, right now. This is the junction where you meet you. And so if you could just hear us and get it when we say to you that all of us are focused with you toward the outcome that you are seeking, and that if you'll just relax, Impulses will come to you. Ideas will come to you. Rendezvous will be inspired within you. Everything that you're wanting, not just to get to the end result that you think you're looking for, but for a really fun journey along the way to the never-ending result. To the never-ending result. Just fun now, and fun now, and fun now, and fun now. And fun now. Adults want to say, do you really think, you spoiled little kids, that life is supposed to only be fun for you? And they will say in their complete enlightenment, yes. Yes, I feel it with everything that I am. And that's what we want you to understand, that grinding away on a problem, trying to get to a solution by pointing out with all the evidence and justification of what's wrong with the problem is not the way you get to the solution. And the way you feel by now is probably giving you keen awareness of that, you see. So we would encourage that you just care about the way you feel and try to find something that feels good. If you've been listening to us for a while, this is the way our story to you about who you are and about how we are has unfolded. We say to you, you are extensions of source energy, and you're beginning to get that. Here you are in your physical body as an extension of source energy. But that larger part that you are an extension of still exists in the non-physical realm, in the vibrational realm, and still stands in a pure, by your standards, vibration. In other words, there's no resistance in that vibration of your core or source. So when you identify that you want something, source acknowledges that you want it, knows that it is vibrationally yours, and holds no vibration of doubt at all about it. So the way you feel is your indication, always 100% of the time, of whether you are in tune with the way the larger part of you sees this, whatever it is you're thinking about, or whether you are not. If you're in tune with it, then you feel enthusiasm, or you feel at a minimum peacefulness and satisfaction. You feel clarity, you feel satisfaction about it, you see. But if you're feeling doubt or worry or fear, or if you're feeling like you need to justify it or explain it to someone or defend it, if you're pointing out all of the reasons why it should be because these reasons where it isn't feel so off to you, then you're practicing a vibration that's so different from the vibration of source who is on it, that you can feel that discord instead of that resonance with what you're wanting. So then we began explaining to you, since you are vibrational beings, that you've created a vibrational reality that will manifest into your experience if you will give it a little while and if you will not beat it to death with your doubt and fear and worry. Whatever you want will occur. It will come into your experience if you find vibrational alignment with it. And you can tell by the way you feel whether you're finding vibrational alignment with your desire or whether you're not. In other words, the better you feel, the more alignment. And the more consistently you feel that alignment, then the faster it's coming and the more satisfying it is along the way. Some of you were not very excited about our explanation of your vibrational version, and we don't blame you because we know you didn't come here to be vibrational versions. You came here to be manifested versions. You came here, the kids know it. I'm supposed to be having fun right now. You came to enjoy your life. You came to feel the progress. You focused yourself into a time and space reality because it's fun to measure distances and spaces and progress. It's fun to feel the evolution of your beingness. That's why you're here in this time-space reality. We're not trying to get you to go into the vortex where you just feel good about what you've dreamed up and feel satisfied even though it hasn't manifested. That is not our message at all. Our message is about the surest, fastest, funnest way for you to manifest your heart's desire. Because the source within you is already focused upon your heart's desire. And in fact, the reason that you can even feel negative emotion is because you're not focused upon it while the source within you is. So then we began explaining to you there's 3 steps to this process. Step 1 is you ask, and contrast and variety helps you to do that. And step 2 is source becomes the vibrational equivalent of it. And law of attraction gathers all of the cooperative components. And there is a vibrational version of what you want now. A vibrational version of what you want now. And then you say, yeah. The vibrational version I will accept to some extent, but I want to see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. And we say, oh, you want to realize it with your physical senses? Oh, you want to know about what real creation is, about what real birthing is? You want to understand how things go from thought into manifestation? It's the debate that's heavy in your world. Is it evolution? Did God just zap us here in 7 days? And we say, at what point did you become consciousness clear enough in your self-awareness that you began to perceive? That's what you're all talking about. And we're not talking about what happened millions of years ago or hundreds of thousands of years ago. We're talking about what's happening right now. Are you the realizer of what you and that which you call source have created? Are you on your trajectory of well-being, or are you off of it? And so that's what we talk about all day, every day. Abraham, you say, I want to realize this vibrational reality. I do want to see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. And we say, then you must find the frequency of it, of the presence of it. You must talk about how it will feel when you're living it. You must talk about why you want it and what it would feel like to live it. You must find the feeling of abundance before abundance can be yours. You must find the feeling of clarity. So let's say that you are $100,000 in debt and you would like to have $100,000 in your bank account. So there's about a $200,000 gap between where you see yourself right now and where you would like to be. And you say, Abraham, tell me what to do. And we say, first accept that it's not likely that that $200 gap is going to close today in terms of what's realized in your bank account. But you can close that gap between doubt and knowing in a minute or two. You can close that gap between being fearful about your financial condition and being hopeful about your financial condition in just a few conversations with yourself or with us or with each other. And if you understand that you can close the vibrational gap, then that means you can close the manifestational gap, because that's all that is required in order for you to begin to be the realizer, the liver, the seer, the hearer, the smeller, the taster, the toucher, the manifester, the actualizationer, the real life liver of what you are asking for. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. It is delightful to come together with those like you who are exploring and considering and concluding and aligning and allowing. Be easy about all of it. Don't let our ranting and shouting make you believe that this is a difficult thing. It is our desire that hear us, and you did, and it is our desire that you know your well-being, and you will. But it is our most powerful desire that you accept that right here and now is where all of your power is, because it's your power to feel your contradiction or your resonance. Here and now is your power to feel your emotion. So you can feel whether you're in sync with your well-being and your true knowing, or whether you're out of sync with it. It's really a simple choice. And the more you care about whether you're in sync or not, and the more you reach for thoughts that bring you in alignment, then the better you'll feel, and the more momentum will ensue, and the more dynamic your life will feel, and the more value you will hold for others, because we all teach through the clarity of our example, don't we? There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain stubbornly remembering we are complete.